The conflict between good and evil did not begin on earth. Behind the rise and fall of kingdoms beyond what human eyes can see, an unseen spiritual war has been raging. In our previous episode, John witnessed the woman, the dragon, and the male child. Now, the scene shifts dramatically. Heaven itself becomes a battlefield. Michael, the great prince appointed by God, leads the armies of heaven against Satan and his angels. What follows is one of the most extraordinary battles ever revealed in Scripture.
Revelation 12:7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Explanation. This is not symbolic language describing earthly conflict. John is shown an actual spiritual battle. Michael appears throughout Scripture as the protector of God's covenant people. This battle reveals that spiritual warfare is real, and heaven itself becomes the battlefield. Revelation 12 verse 8, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. Explanation. Satan is powerful, but never equal to God. The outcome of the battle is never in doubt. The forces of darkness cannot overcome God's authority. Their access to heaven comes to an end. Revelation 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Explanation. Here John removes every mystery concerning the dragon. He gives 4 unmistakable titles: the dragon, the ancient serpent, the devil, Satan. Each name reveals another aspect of his character. He deceives, he accuses, he opposes God, he seeks to destroy. Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation, and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Explanation. The victory belongs entirely to God. Satan's accusations no longer stand. Christ's finished work has secured the believer's acceptance before God. The kingdom advances because the accuser has been defeated. Revelation 12 verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Explanation. This verse contains one of the greatest promises in Scripture. Believers overcome not by human strength, not by military power, not by political influence, but through 3 realities: the blood of Christ, their faithful testimony, their unwavering devotion to God. Revelation 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Explanation. Heaven celebrates victory. Earth faces intensified conflict. Satan is defeated, but not yet destroyed. Knowing his time is limited, he increases his opposition. This explains why spiritual warfare intensifies as God's plan moves toward its completion. This passage teaches 3 important truths. First, Satan is a defeated enemy. His power is real but limited. Second, Christ's victory guarantees the believer's ultimate victory. Third, history is moving toward God's appointed conclusion. The dragon rages because he knows his defeat is certain. Application. Instead of fear, this passage calls believers to confidence. The battle belongs to the Lord. Our victory rests not in ourselves, but in Jesus Christ. Whatever opposition God's people face, the throne of heaven remains occupied. God is still sovereign. Christ still reigns. and evil will not prevail forever. Conclusion. The war in heaven has been decided, the dragon has been cast down, but Revelation's story continues. The defeated enemy now turns his fury toward God's people on earth. In our next episode, we examine Revelation 12:13-17, where the dragon begins his relentless persecution of the woman, revealing Satan's strategy against the people of God. Join us as we continue our verse-by-verse journey through the book of Revelation. Thank you for watching. Continue your journey through Revelation. Watch previous episode. The woman, the dragon, and the male child. Revelation 12:1-6. Discover the meaning behind the woman clothed with the sun, the great red dragon, and the male child destined to rule all nations. Watch next. The dragon persecutes the woman. Revelation 12:13-17. See what happens after Satan is cast down to the earth as his wrath turns against the woman and the remnant who keep God's commandments and hold to the testimony of Jesus Christ. Subscribe to EndTime TV for more verse-by-verse Bible prophecy, cinematic, biblical, Christ-centered. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next episode.